Welcome to the Run Radio podcast. My name's Trina. Run Radio is about inspiring strides in business, life, and beyond. And one of the things we love is getting involved with local artists. And there's a big concert coming up on March 15th. And Brian Pitts, you're involved. Welcome and tell me how you got involved in this concert.
Well, kind of in a backwards way, honestly. I knew Joe Rickman from high school. Actually, we were rivals. He was a Morrisville kid, and I was a Humansville kid. We were in the same conference, played in basketball, and he was a man among boys back then. I mean, if anyone knew Joe, I think he was about 6'4", big, strong guy, and we're just boys compared. And he would rough you up pretty good. So we were always a little intimidated by Joe. And then as time went on, we found ourselves standing beside each other at all district choir, of all places. Mm-hmm. And we were in the baritone section, and got to know him a little bit and really liked him, and got to be pretty good friends. He was a couple of years older than me. I was actually the same age as his younger brother, John.
Okay.
But my goodness, for some reason, I'm trying to hold my phone up here. For some reason, Joe and I just kind of made a connection that way. So, and then through music, I was out playing at anyways, it must have been on Facebook. I found out that some of my friends in the music community was really close to Joe's family, and through his passing, there were some posts on social media and stuff, and I kind of connected the dots, and so they approached me about doing this concert, and I thought that'd be really nice. And my perspective might be some of these other folks might have known him later in life, and I didn't see him that much later in life. So it was interesting to see, what all he had done and how highly he was thought of.
Yeah.
His community.
And to give a little background for people that might not know, this is the Joe Rickman Memorial Concert. And Michelle, his wife, has been a contributor and a big supporter of Run Radio. And a year ago, April, all of a sudden she loses Joe. And, her world's turned upside down. Their kids upside down, but just with the community, she has said how much that has helped her, be able to navigate through this new normal. And so she wanted to get everybody together and just celebrate his life and everything he's done for the community. So I think it's fantastic that people from, his young life, middle life, all through life have just been coming together and excited to celebrate. Mm-hmm. So tell me about your music and what you'll be doing at the concert.
Well, the music I like to play is probably music that Joe and others of our age group listened to in the 80s. I've fallen back to, I was a musician in the late 80s, touring with rock bands and whatnot. And then I took about a 30-year hiatus from playing at all. I guess in 2020, and it must have had something to do with sitting around during COVID, and people kept asking me, "Don't you play music?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I did." "Well, how come you don't anymore?" Well, they asked me enough times. I said, "Well, I don't know, maybe I should." So I started, and I never was much of a guitar player. I was a drummer starting out.
Oh, so, yeah.
But I had a guitar. I could play a little bit, and I just started working on it. And I've had a lot of friends that have helped me and given me opportunities. But I've developed a fun set of 80s kind of pop and R&B stuff. If you think of Duran Duran, Tears for Fears, the Thompsons.
Yes.
Stuff that people love to sing along to. Sometimes I'll call it songs you won't admit you love. A lot of guys like me, they're like,
yeah,
that music's corny, but when they're by themselves in the car, they may sing it at the top of their lungs
and know every word.
Yeah. So
right.
That's kind of what I go for.
Have you ever done much of your own? Do you write or anything like that?
I don't anymore.
Yeah.
In the band, we wrote some songs and it was kind of a collaborative thing. I can contribute song ideas. I just don't have a good feel for, starting from scratch, writing something. They all sound remedial to me. I've
Aw.
got so many friends that are so good at it that it just makes me, I just take songs that people already love and try not to mess them up. That's my performance theory.
Hey, you're getting out there, you're sharing music. Music is such a great connector. So do you have a place where people can go to listen to your covers that you could share with us?
Yeah, I play a lot of breweries, restaurants. Like this weekend, I don't know when this will show, but I play at Wire Road Brewing.
Yeah.
There's down around Eureka Springs and Harrison and Mountain Home that I play. If you wanted to check my Facebook page, I don't have a special music page. It's just Brian Pitts.
Okay.
But that's the band stuff that I do now. I've been given some cool opportunities through friends of mine.
Mhm.
I'm with a band called Yachtly Groove out of Kansas City, and it's nothing but yacht rock from the 70s. And if you don't know what that is, it's it's bands like Ambrosia, Pablo Cruz, the Doobie Brothers, Little River Band, all that 70s. I've heard it called 70s AM gold,
Okay.
but it's great music. And as part of that band, we've done a side project called the Hall and Oates project. And we do about an hour and a half of nothing but Hall and Oates songs, and I get to play Daryl Hall for that. So
Very fun.
we do shows all the time. We've got a show in March coming up, actually in Springfield. Most of the shows are in Kansas City because the bulk of the band is up there. But we're going to be at the Riff March 8th, I believe. And that's a fun show. It's kind of a carryover from my solo performances. The same feel, the same fun 70s and 80s stuff.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to it. Glad you're going to be at the Joe Rickman Memorial Concert. Thanks for sharing a little bit about Joe and yourself. And we will get this out as soon as possible. Appreciate your time.
I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing everybody.
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Be sure you're following along at runradio.net.